When you gave me your journey, you didn't really tell us how did you develop yourself, because you couldn't have just, you can't tell me that you finished with political science, you just started this job and you just started talking on the screen. So how did you build yourself to who you are today?
It was towards finding the problem to solve, pretty much. Very easy. You know, people say find your passion. I didn't find my passion by something I liked. I found passion by something I hated. I hated the, I hated
public.
I hated the fact that there was lawlessness. I hated the fact that a man can wake up around our country, you know, where a driver can just park on the road and stop and delay you at the back. Or
because
a man can slap his wife and nothing happens. Or a woman can maltreat her house girl and nothing happens.
How did you start? How did you even bear the idea even way back in school?
And say you're a leader of tomorrow. But then I would look at those people. They told us that when we were in there. We were 10, 20, 30, 40, and they're still there.
So yes, I had a lot of energy and I wanted to do things a certain way, and I was rude here and I was doing that. Eventually, I was fired.
Were you able to use any of your knowledge in promoting your business?
It's so complicated because I'm such a multifaceted person. I mean, we started in England. Good Hair started in England. We eventually had to open something in Nigeria.
All hair is processed. You cannot take hair from a donor and put it into your head.
Once you're a public figure, you become a target.
Look at all the companies we started. We have board members from Nigeria, but also from around the world, because we want to build world-class companies that outlive us.
Welcome to Omon's Couch, an entrepreneurship and career talk show where we help young entrepreneurs and professionals reach their full potential. My name is Omon Odike, your darling host, and I'll be bringing you amazing guests who have seen it all to educate and inspire you with their stories. Our guest today is a prominent figure in Nigerian journalism, the managing director of TVC Entertainment, and the host of the popular breakfast show, Your View. She was named one of the top 25 influential women in journalism Africa and top 100 eco-women by Executive Governor of Lagos State in 2021. And she has received other awards for excellence and leadership. With a rich career including media consulting roles for the government and notable interviews with first ladies and government officials, she has established herself as a respectable media personality. She published her book, The Queen of Talk TV, in 2023 to mark her 10 years of broadcasting. She's none other than Mrs. Morayo Afolabi-Brown. Let's welcome her to Omon's Couch. Morayo, how are you?
I'm great.
In fact, you should be sitting here interviewing me. I have before me, viewers, the media mogul here seated beside me, and not only is she the media mogul, she's also our opera of Nigeria. Well done, well done.
Thank you.
I mean, this is your space, and I'm sure you're extremely comfortable.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Welcome to Omon's Couch.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'm sure our viewers who are here have heard about Morayo. They watch you on The View. They see all the wonderful things you do on the screen. And not only that, they have seen your passion for your job.
Right.
I think that's one of the things that really attracted me to you. In this time and age, you see people, you can look through them and say, okay, they're doing it because of a job. They are doing it because they have to do it, or they're doing it because they have to make some money. But when you look at Morayo, you will see the passion that Morayo and the job are one and the same thing. And it's a huge from her.
Yes.
And well done for what you do.
Thank you.
And you bring a lot of prominent personalities. We get to hear a lot and we get to learn a lot from your show.
Thank you so
well
much.
Done, well done.
Thank you.
And I know I'm coming to the show soon. So
yes, you are. We can't wait to have you.
Watch out,
Thank you so much for having me, Omon.
Thank you so much.
And well done for the show. I love it.
Thank
Omon's
you.
Couch. Well done. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you so much. We like to hear that. That encourages us to even do more.
Yes.
So now, I would like to first congratulate you for your position as the MD CEO of TVC Entertainment, Wow, well
so
done. How do you feel about that?
Well,
were you expecting it?
Honestly, I wasn't.
For real?
I wasn't expecting it.
All?
I was actually invited by the board, and they told me that, listen, we need to get the station, the entertainment station specifically, to a new level. And they feel that because I'm one of the people that actually created most of the content running, that they feel I should also drive the channel to the next
leadership
level. So I think it was exciting. It was a time where I had just finished my contract with an American company as a consultant. I also finished my contract with Lagos State Government, with Ministry of Education. So I was really free. I was a free bird.
But you're working in TVC, so how are you free?
So I was working as
on
a
projects.
Contract. Yes, just on the contract as a TV presenter.
Okay.
So I resigned in TVC. I started working at TVC 2011, and then I resigned in 2019. I started Kabiti Media and quite a number of other projects, and that's when I started working as a media consultant to Lagos State Government, Ministry of Education, and also media consultant to an American company called New Globe. I worked with them till last year. I think my contract ended in October. And also, so I was also doing some other work. So I was a freelancer with TVC. I do my show and then I go back to do my business.
Do you know, I thought you were there like forever, like permanently. I'm actually very surprised to hear that.
I resigned in 2019. So then they hired me back last year, December, as MD of TVC Entertainment.
Yes. Fantastic. Well done. You made us all proud. So now we want to know the media woman, the woman behind the camera, the woman behind the scene. How did you get to this point? What was your journey like? What made you feel that after you left school that I want to be in media, I want to be in front of people? Because I'm sure some of our viewers who they love what they see, they love seeing you, they love seeing all the other media personalities, and they may have this passion and interest in this area. How did you start your journey?
For me, so I went to school in the US. I graduated in Rutgers University, and I was actually in the US when The View started with Robert Walters. I remember, I can never forget the promo where she said the reason why she's bringing out the show is because she wanted different women from different parts of experiences, different exposures to come together on the table and express their views. And that caught me, and that stuck with me for years. So when I moved back home in 2004, I knew that I wanted to do television, but I just wasn't sure exactly what kind. So either I wanted to do the Oprah format.
Did you read journalism? No,
I didn't. I graduated with a political science major, interestingly, and social sciences minor. So when I came, I knew I wanted to do a TV show, but I wasn't sure. So I wasn't sure if it was the Oprah format or the Barbara Waters format, but I just knew I wanted to be on TV at some point. So one of my first jobs after banking at for my NYSC was CMC Connect. I used to work with Yomi Badejo, because I'm a pretty popular YBO, and I was in his company for a while, for about a few years. I got fired.
Fired?
Yeah, I got fired because, when you're fresh from the US.
The only person I know so far that would admit to be
I got fired. And
fantastic. Did you hear that? And see who she is today. Please, let's continue.
Whenever I see YBO, I say, you fired me? You say, yes, I fired you. Because then I was fresh from the US, and sometimes you need to be prone down. You come with a lot of attitude, a lot of expectations. And sometimes corporate world, you have to really understand it.
And so even then, the Nigerian context.
So I had a lot of energy, and I wanted to do things a certain way, and I was rude here, and I was doing that. Eventually, I was fired. So when I got fired, I was home and depressed for about a year and a half. I was just home. I didn't have anything. I really got depressed for a long time.
For real?
Yeah.
Were you married at this point?
No, I was a kid.
Still
I was single, 25, 26-ish. And while I was home, I just looking for a job, and I got a job at High TV. Now, the High TV story is very interesting. I've shared this story like a million times, but let me just say it one more time.
Okay.
So I was looking for a job for so many years, and I just knew that I prayed to God that I wanted to get a job in the media. And in my dream, I heard High TV. I didn't know what High TV was. I was just talking about High TV.
Yeah.
So when I was in church, I was with my friends, and one of my friends, Boguns, is late now, was walking by. He said, Morayo, I got a new job. I said, where? He said, High TV. The moment he said High TV, I said, I know that name. I heard it in my dream. That company, I heard it in my dream. Please,
when God wants to show you something, he gives you more information about it.
So I now found out the MD of TVC, of the High TV at the time, was Toyin Subara. So I started
somebody you knew.
I started asking people. I didn't know him personally. I started asking family, friends, because he's from Lagos. And both my parents from Lagos. I'm like, there's no way you have to know somebody that knows somebody. So eventually, everybody I know knows Toyin Subara. All of them sent in my CV. All my uncles, all my aunties, everybody. But guess what? This man did not hire me.
Are you serious?
For whatever reason, either he never saw my CV or whatever. So for like about almost for months. Anyways, so the final working day of the year, that year, 2007, I can never forget. It was the final working day of the year. I was depressed.
That would be like December 31st.
December, like, no, it's last working day, not the 31st. Okay. I think it was like maybe the second week or, usually before it closed for the year. Yes. So I went to High TV and I took my CV there.
By yourself?
By myself. I saw the security guard. I said, I can't have an appointment with your MD. He said, yeah, I'm going to sit down now. I sat down. He called his
Whereas
PA.
you hadn't made any appointment.
I had no clue. He called the PA, Taiwo, I can never forget. She came down. Sorry, madam, I don't have your name as for the appointment. I said, Auntie, please sit down next to me. And I got teary. I said, I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't have an appointment, but the truth is that I prayed and God said I'm supposed to walk in here. So all I'm asking you to do, this is my CV. Just put it on the MD's table. That's it. Don't do anything else. Don't defend me. Just put my CV on his table. Because if it's God that said I should come here, he will sort me out. Lo and behold, she did exactly that. Now, luckily for me, on that same day, I had an appointment at Insight Communications with a man I can never forget his name, Mr. Ajayi. I had an appointment with him for an interview because that was like my backup plan, just in case High TV doesn't come through.
You have something else you're working on.
So my appointment at Insight was 2 p.m. So I sat in front of the Mr. Ajayi, in front of him, and as he was about to talk to me, he was on the phone. He got a call. As he was about to call, my own phone rang, and guess what? It was Toyin Subara. Hey, Morayo, my name is Toyin Subara. I just saw your CV. You got the job. Start next year. Start January 10th.
I'm cold.
That's how I got the job.
Through a phone, just a call?
Just a call. He called me.
I see your
CV. Start work January 10th. We're closed for the year. Resume January 10th. And that was it.
Wow.
So by the time Mr. Ajayi got off the phone, he said, hey, so tell me about yourself.
You're no longer interested because you already had something in the bag.
I said, I already got my dream job. He's like, oh,
seriously?
really? I said, yeah.
That's what you said?
Yeah, I told him. I said, don't bother, I already got my dream job.
You really had somewhere in you.
I said, don't bother, I already got my dream job. I said, really? I said, yeah. I said, you hear about me. I said, really? I said, yeah. Have a lovely day, son. I stood up and I left.
You really had some UK things where because right now if somebody does that,
yeah, you're like God,
what's wrong with you? Yeah.
So in January, I started work. Even after, the bigger testimony on one is the fact that even when I started, now the human resource was angry that how can the MD just
appoint somebody through this process?
The person I was supposed to even report to was like,
grace.
Sorry, who is she? Who is she? I beg, please. So they pushed me away the day one. They all pushed me away. I don't know her. And the HR said, I don't know her. My boss, Chuma, all said, I beg, please. I don't know her. Please let her sit somewhere. So the practical told me, so there's no opportunity, there's no position. Me, Toyin Subara hadn't resumed. I was depressed.
Oh,
so I stood up.
After resuming, but the person who brought you
wasn't around.
Resumed.
So I was just walking down the staircase. And as I was walking down the staircase, I saw Toyin coming up the staircase. I said, oh, good morning, sir. Toyin Subara. I said, yes. My name is Morayo Afolabi-Brown. Morayo, yeah. He said, oh, are you okay? Come. Just call the HR. Hey, please hire her.
Almost like giving up at the point.
Almost giving up. He just called the HR to hire me. And that's how I started my working at High TV. And High TV.
How long did you stay there?
So at High TV, the High TV experience in fact, it's even more significant in my life than even TVC because it formed the foundation of where I am today. So in High TV, when I started working at High TV, the HR then put me in this. She wasn't really sure what role to give me, right? So she put me in there was a new building the company was about to start in VI, and we were in Yaba. That was our office. So the company was about to move to VI. So she said, you know what? Since you are just a JJC, I just got back. Go to the VI, be talking to the bricklayers and just be giving me feedback on what they are thought, what the carpenters are saying. So she put me there. She didn't want. She was like, everybody was confused. How would they just hire this girl like that? Unfortunately for her, the MD was extremely interested in the VI office. Yeah, so he was going there
she's sending you to your favor. She's sending you to your place of destiny.
So the man is there seeing me every day. Yeah, saying, let's go to lunch. Yes. Every day. Hey, let's go and have. And he's getting to realize that this girl is more, she's smarter, she's this. So immediately an opportunity opened in the main office where Chuma, my boss at the time, no, he was not my boss, but he was my boss at the time. He resigned, but he did something. The guy just put me in his position, gave me his official car, gave everything. Like
somebody who just started, relatively.
I'm telling you.
Wow,
that's how it happened. And from then I started traveling with my boss. I went to France with him. That's when I met the people. Even the MD of TVC. The MD of TVC, I met him in France. No, the director of TVC, RDJ, he's late now. I saw him in France. He remembered me, and when High TV went down, he called and asked for me that, you know, that girl that followed you to France, I would like for her to work with us at TVC. I think I like her passion and energy. And that's how the job at TVC came about.
Wow.
I was practically invited to take that job at TVC.
Well done. That sounds really beautiful.
It's a really story
that's
of
obviously
grace.
God orchestrating everything to your favor.
Everything.
And you were led, and you followed.
Yes, I did.
There's another thing to also have the sense to be able to pick and know that God is actually directing you.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
So now you have started this role as the MD, CEO of TVC Entertainment. What steps are you taking to take the company to the next level of success?
Yeah, so right now, the channel is in 3 parts. So there's the TVC Communication, is the family, the body. We have a CEO, Victoria, and I'm the MD of one of the parts, which is TVC Entertainment. Now, my job as TVC Entertainment is to be the bridge between young people and the older people, because there's a disconnect.
There's a gap,
and the kind of content they're feeding themselves is not always productive. So my job right now is to create content that connects with them, informative but also entertaining.
For both.
So young people, because we need to nurture these young people. We need to get them to have the right information. They are being influenced a lot by international content. So we will give you international content, but at the same time, we also want to make it customized for local
content.
So my hope for this channel is to build legacy content that will last for years, because that's one of my greatest strengths, ability to create content that lasts. I'm not one of those flash in the pan kind of people. I love things that can outgrow me. You know, I've always been one person that loves to watch movies. I was even outside the country while I was living in the US. I used to sit down and watch Lifetime. I used to like to sit down and watch channels
all you see series
TLC,
for
stuff like
10
that
years.
legacy content.
In fact, they call them, is it episodes?
Yes. Hundreds of episodes.
Yes, and all that.
And I've always been inspired by that. So my desire really is to create content that will outlive me. Content that will be sustainable, that will go from generation to generation. I always tell people that one of my hopes is that your view, I want to be 80 years old and seeing new ladies
in
on
the view,
TV doing their thing.
Different demographics and age and everything.
That's my dream and desire.
Wow. You see, just as I mentioned to you, getting to know you and seeing the depth that you put into your work, it's very attractive. Not everybody has that. You can see even the top people who have interviewed you, selected you for the position, that's what they saw in you. Nothing else. Not like you have the finest face or you have it was that passion that you can't fake it. It's either there or not there. So now, looking, the viewers who have been listening to you, looking at this big media personality, what would you advise young people who are upcoming? Because when you gave me your journey, you didn't really tell us, how did you develop yourself? Because you couldn't have you can't tell me that you finished with political science, you just started this job and you just started talking on the screen. So how did you build yourself to who you are today?
It was towards finding the problem to solve. Pretty much, very easy. You know, people say find your passion. I didn't find my passion by something I liked. I found passion by something I hated. I hated I hated the fact that there was lawlessness. I hated the fact that a man can wake up around our country, you know, where a driver can just park on the road and stop and delay you at the back. Or a man can slap his wife and nothing happens. Or a woman can maltreat her house girl and nothing happens.
If you're enjoying this episode already, I want you to take a moment to please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and leave your aha moments in the comment section below. We would love to engage with you. Okay, let's get back to the show.
These are things that
things
give me anger, hurts me inside. And I said to myself, how do I fix this? And I realized that media was a tool. Everybody watches TV. People are consumed by content. So why don't I get content that can reorientate people? So why don't you get different women from different perspectives and see different views? So if you are the one that likes to beat your house girl, see another woman that probably doesn't do that.
And see how she's doing.
See how she handles. So you're seeing stories from different women, seeing how they handle them from different perspectives. It gives you a robust perception
of an issue.
Yes. So it can even give you options on what to do and how to go about things. So that was why your view was created, to give women options. That we are so used to doing things a certain way because of how we're raised, but we're all different and we're raised differently and we have different ways of seeing things. We come from different perspectives of life and we can learn from each other. We can disagree, but we can also agree. So it was solving that problem that created the show, that led to the need for that show.
The birth of the View. How long has the View been on air?
We're going to be 11 years in May this year.
Wow, over a decade. That's a long time.
Pretty
so
exciting.
I think your dream is coming to, I mean, it's true because at least if you pass the first 5 years in any business, it shows that you're ready to move on and grow. So now, there's something I didn't still get from what you said.
Yeah.
I asked a question concerning, did you have to do any formal education? Did you, because I don't believe you, I mean, you picked up the camera and just started talking to the cameras and all. So did you learn anything? Did you go to any school of journalism or anything that you
so when I started...
Or you self-developed yourself?
So I have masters in media and marketing communications from Atlantic University, but that came afterwards because I knew that you can only do so much to a certain level. You need education to take it to the next level.
Exactly.
So when I started Your View wasn't particularly for journalists. I was very specific. I wasn't looking for journalists. I was looking for regular Nigerian women who have an opinion and who have an expression. So I was specifically looking for women who just had their own personal views and wanted a platform of expression. So I didn't look for journalists. In fact, I intentionally did not look for journalists. I didn't want journalists.
On your show?
On my show. I did not want, I specifically wanted
and definitely,
just women.
I've seen them, they are not
Yes, we're not journalists. We never started off with journalists.
They just speak very well.
They just speak very well. That was the idea. Somebody who has an opinion, who can express themselves without any fear. However, as we were growing, and we're getting more numbers, it was important for us to get certified in certain areas of journalism, especially me as a moderator. I had to get more information, more educated. So eventually I went back to school. So I got my master's in media and marketing communications, and journalism was part of the key things I read and that. So just as a person who is stirring up the conversation, I need to be armed with information on what to do, how to ensure that we're not passing the wrong information, because journalism has its own ethics that we must also adhere to. So that's part
where
of
do you stop or where do you start?
Exactly, that's the job of the moderator.
Where do you draw those lines?
Exactly, and that's the job of the moderator.
Well done, well done. So going by everything you've said concerning journalism, you must have had through your journey some setbacks, some major setback that you even said, I'm not going to continue with this, I can't take it anymore, I need to maybe fashion another path for myself or do something. Did you have that?
Plenty. I've had coming. I can sit, I can be all here, I can hear all day telling you all the various
so just
setbacks.
tell me one or two, and that is peculiar to your industry too.
So one of the setbacks I've had in the past is, I just remember that one now. So I got fired in 2000 from TVC. I got fired in 2015.
No.
You know, somebody wanted my job. Yeah, TVC.
Back up again. back up. This is not the same being fired.
Yes.
And the
CMC Connect, no, that's different.
That's a different one.
TVC.
The TVC where you are the MD right now.
I wrote this in my book. It's in my book.
You got fired too.
So in 2015.
Where are you sure there's nothing sparking in your head?
So this somebody just wanted my job.
I'm happy you're sharing your authentic story.
Yeah. So, I mean, I also shared that in my book. You know, somebody just wanted my job, and somebody who was well connected.
Okay.
You know, orchestrated everything. So I got fired. I think I got my letter on Friday. I got fired, and I told the person who was handing me the letter, I said, I don't deserve this.
Wow.
I've built that channel. I've created content. I've had
the best. What year was this?
2015, February. I can never forget. I told the person who was handing me the letter, I don't deserve this. And she was compassionate to me when she heard, when I was telling her. And because of that, she said, okay, I won't give you the letter, but I'll see what I can do. So of course, I started making calls. No, I got my letter. What I'm talking about, I got my letter. Okay. So I started making calls
to see if they can obtain it.
But even my MD did not know I was fired. My MD was in Ghana. So it was somebody that I just knew, somebody that just fired from the board. Not the MD. So the manager, my MD was in Ghana. He flew down immediately because it wasn't only me. There were 3 of us that were fired.
Okay.
So 2 of them, we all got our letters. But I said, nah, I don't deserve this. I definitely deserve this. So calls were made. People had to go to London to see the owner here and there. Eventually, I think the 5 days after I got my job back.
Wow, well done.
A lot of stories in there.
What were they thinking?
It's in the book.
Seriously, what were they thinking? How can you throw away the jewel or the diamond from...
It was, as I said, it was orchestrated by somebody.
TVC, for me, I wouldn't say... I mean, I love all the women, fabulous women over there. But TVC and Morayo are synonymous. So how do you fire the brand and the person?
At the time, I was still upcoming. 2015 is a long time ago, so it was different. The Morayo now is different from the Morayo then.
But have you already done that T.Y. Bello shoot?
No, I hadn't. So, but yeah, I mean, it was a... But so I got my job back. So that was a setback because during that period, it was very difficult. Even coming back to work, it was heartbreaking that after all the work... after all the work I put in. So that was a setback. And that setback that happens is... when I said on TV that my husband cannot bath my children, I said it casually. We're having a conversation. I didn't mean to say it that way.
That's why I said the media is a very tricky
and it's a live stream. You can't really take it back. KG posted this, Instablog picked it up. Everybody started shouting and screaming. I was the focus, and my husband.
I didn't know you did. No.
My husband wakes up every morning at 5 a.m. to go and worship at church. He prays in church.
Yeah.
So you can imagine somebody in church being seen as a pedophile. He's exercising every day. So
my God.
It really hurted. Now, unfortunately for my husband, he wasn't even around. He was in camp praying. He was in MFM just like for the weekend.
Can you imagine when
he had no idea what was going on. So when he came home that day, I said, Femi,
that's a serious challenge.
I said, Femi, we're
that's
trending
a cross.
It's a serious cross. It was a serious cross for me. So I said, Femi, we're trending on social media. He said, what happened? I said that you cannot bath one of our daughters. I said, don't mind them.
He didn't understand the context of which they had twisted it to.
And for the first time in 5 days, he turned on his phone. He said, as he turned on that phone and entered Facebook.
I'm actually cold.
Hey, Jesus Christ.
I am cold.
I just said
can't imagine.
No!
What have you done?
You didn't tell me! My husband flipped.
I can imagine.
Oh my Lord, I can never forget his expression.
Imagine. I'm actually cold continuously.
Yes. So
for some reason,
eventually he calmed down. Then I called one of my mentors. She was in camp. She says, Morayo, okay, I'm going to call you back. She told me tomorrow, go on TV tomorrow. You need to apologize to your husband on television. I did that. The next day, I apologized and I cried on TV. That also went viral, you know, and I apologized. Of course, the damage was done a bit because we were already calling him a pedophile. We were calling him all sort of things. It took a while. I mean, it took a toll on my marriage because initially he was just, you know, he'll be having any small fights. That's how you want to talk rubbish on TV. That's how you be talking rubbish on TV. It took a while, but eventually it all simmered down. So that was another major challenge, and so many other challenges that happened.
Now, I think what you have said now, even for the viewers, people who would eventually be media gurus, choice of what we say,
you have to be careful.
The way we say it and how we say it means
careful.
a lot. You may not mean any harm. Obviously, I can even.
I mean,
when you said it, it didn't make any difference. It wasn't a big deal. But when you told me the way, I was like, okay, I understand.
So my husband, it was really tough for him, but eventually he also understood because we had to have mentors come into the house to
speak to you guys,
to help us understand better.
I think that's the craziest of all. The first one doesn't mean anything. Be fired, okay, I get another job, worst case scenario.
Yeah. So
I'm so sorry that happened, but I'm happy. I know you have risen above and beyond that.
Yes, we have.
And God has restored your joy.
Yes, we
well
have.
Done.
Thank you.
So that's what comes with media, really.
Yes, it does.
And I've seen see online media, see TV media, any media.
Yeah.
You see, once you're a public figure, you become a target.
Absolutely.
And I think that's something that, if you ask me, if a spouse, any of the spouse wants to go into the media world, they need to prepare themselves and fortify themselves and agree in agreement, especially when it's a dicey type.
Because mistakes will happen.
They will happen. Yes, we're human. And even when they don't even happen, they can come to you too.
They can even orchestrate it for you.
Yes, they can come to you and just be ready to know that it comes with the territory. So it's either we agree now, we start it, or we don't even do it at all if we cannot bear it.
Exactly.
So that's, my dear, well done. Oh, I can't even imagine. But look at you now, rising above the waters. So now I'm going to be asking another question. Balancing a thriving career and family responsibility can be demanding, especially with regards to the media. I know you have to wake up very early and be on the show. You have to do all the shows. You have to be in different places in the world to capture your news and your content. How does that work with your family and the children as they were growing up? And I saw your beautiful children.
Thank you.
Beautiful children.
So for me, I think it was was planned. You know, when I got my job at TVC, I was living in 1004 when we got the job. And then the moment I got the job at TVC, my husband said, we can't continue to live on the island. We have to live close to the station because it works better. He moved. He said, we need to move to the mainland because you can't be traveling. Because then I was even pregnant with the baby at the time. So we started driving around TVC, looking for a house. Practically, literally, started driving around TVC just to have somewhere close. So we finally got a house near TVC, just about 2 streets from TVC.
You still there?
So no, we've left. We now bought a house in Magodo. But then, that was the idea. to be closer to the family because we're just starting out the family. We wanted somewhere that would be closer to us. So that was intentional. I also live with my mother-in-law lives with me and my grandmother-in-law lives with me. So I have 2 of them in the house. So
wow, so you have a great support system.
Yeah, I have a great support system, and I also have a help, and I have because they're in the house.
They also need help too.
So I have a house, I have a structure, I have a support system that is functional
and good.
So it helps me. And my husband is the kind of person that he doesn't want you in the kitchen. In fact, he'd rather you just his love language is conversation. So as you're coming, dropping your bag, come to the room. I said, bros, calm down. I need to talk to the children. Hey, hold up, what are you talking about?
Are you serious?
So he'd rather you.
His love language. He doesn't want you to do service at all.
Don't sound slaving yourself 2 hours in the kitchen. Doing what? Are you okay? There's somebody else that's going to do that job. Let them do the cooking. When the food is ready, we'll go downstairs and eat. Come and sit down. Let us gist.
What has happened?
That helped me also because I didn't have to worry about kitchen stuff. Because I was never a kitchen person. I've never been a kitchen person. But I love to cook only when I like. Because I like to cook a lot. I like mede.
That's the direct opposite of me. I like
mede. I like mede food.
Yes.
I'm not the Nigerian food kind of person.
Okay.
I like a lot of.
So having a chef.
Yeah, I love that. Eventually, by God's grace, I will have a chef that would sort me out. But yeah, my husband was never demanding in the kitchen time. So that also helped me.
Helped you a lot for your growth.
For my growth.
And concentration and growth.
Yes, so I was able to focus on my career. So the kids also, because I have a structure in the house, so it was able to be functional. So I think that for me, support of mother-in-law, my grandmother-in-law, my household, my kids, I have 4 children, and we're all just
4, yes.
there's a lot of kids in the house, yeah.
And very recently, I think 2023, that's last year, you launched a book.
Yeah.
A beautiful book. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Becoming the Queen of Talk TV.
Yeah.
Lovely book, and I was privileged
to
be there.
Absolutely.
To support my sister.
Yes, thank you.
Lovely so much. Book. I hope people got the caption. You need to get this book. Lovely story. Yeah. Everything she's talking about, her journey, entrepreneurship journey, family journey, everything about God, faith, direction. All is embodied in this book. Beautiful book. And you can see the cover. Amazing. So, how did you think about what made you, what pushed you into writing a book? Why did you think you had to write a book?
I have to give Dr. Stephen Akitayo the credit because he was the first person that ever told me that.
That's the real estate guru. Okay.
The first person that told me, I think you should write a book. And I'm like, oh, really? He said, yeah, you should write a book. And he said, I will help you. So he started interviewing me. To get the material, at least have an idea of the various chapters. Yeah, he interviewed me. We had different chapters, and he was able to support me somewhat. Although we didn't end up doing it together.
When somebody pushes you, that first push is the biggest thing that can happen to you.
That's what I needed, that initial push, and I'm so grateful to him for that. But yeah, the book was necessary because I just felt that many people are not sharing their stories.
Yeah.
A lot of women are not talking either because
what you've shared, I don't think anybody has come even half of the authentic story you have told today.
I got that feedback from a lot of people that Morayo, in fact my husband said, you just naked yourself in front of the room. This is just naked. This is nakedness. This is nakedness to the highest standard. Because why would you just put everything there? Because I felt that, and interestingly, when you share your stories,
people know it's possible.
People can learn from you. And the only reason why we are stuck where we are because our parents weren't sharing stories.
Yes, they weren't. A couple of us made a lot of mistakes. Yes. Some of us were just fortunate.
Exactly.
And some of us could have done far better if we knew better.
Yes. If I had stories of my father's travails, if I had stories of my father's triumphs, I would have definitely made certain choices better. So I think we owe it to ourselves and to our loved ones and even to the public out there to share our stories, our true stories, not just gloss over the hard things.
I made money, had this,
they break it down to how it is. So
because another thing, the younger generation, I always say younger generation, but it's not even just the younger generation. That's what I've seen now. A lot of people don't have money across, whether you're young, you're mid-age, middle age, and even old age. A lot of people don't have money. Just 1% of people are thriving above the means. So when you look at that equation, 99% of people don't really have enough of money to fulfill their needs, and which are compulsory need, necessity.
And that thing also, when I realize that
they are afraid to even try something because they feel, oh, Morayo did it so perfectly, because they don't know their backstory, they don't know your suffering.
Exactly.
See her story. Twice she was fired, and she's telling you, look at where she is today. Her past does not define who she is.
At all.
What she has been through does not define her. In fact, what even the beauty about those bad stories that it made her stronger and stand you can't throw any curveball to her. She's ready. You're ready. You're far ready than most people who have just had it just sailing good and sailing through. So you can.
So yeah, I mean, I think you said it all. I think also it helps to build your identity. Because when you have a story, you have something that it arms you. It's you. It's uniquely yours. And then it arms you, because many people, when they get to a certain level, they feel like I don't have anything to say, I don't have anything to share. But your unique story is in itself.
Your unique story is beautiful.
A story.
As long as it's true.
Exactly.
You can feel it.
So one thing I like to share is that women across board that have unique experiences should believe and know that they're already armed. With
they already have it.
You already have what you need to share your story.
You share your story. And the funny thing is that they'll say, okay, I've not made enough like XYZ. I've not done. No. Your own story is an inspiration for people who are beneath you.
They can learn
for those
it.
people beneath you, have the story to tell. For people beneath them, there are always levels. Even myself, I aspire to speak so many people. And some people say, but you've already gotten to such a level. I have just scratched the surface. There's so many levels to still
I was telling somebody, my husband, I was telling him 2 days ago. I said, Brown, I've not started though.
Yes, so.
And I told him, he said,
I'm sure you'll be like, what trouble do you want to
God just gave me a new assignment. I have not, in fact, I just realized that I've not even started anything at all. I was like,
I'm sure it's don't bring any problem to me. Oh my God.
So that's true. I mean, we all have these assignments and there'll always be levels.
Yes, there's always levels. There's always levels. That's why the song, I think it resonates with everybody. Even Dangote, they find money.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I think that's the funny thing. If Dangote is still looking for money,
so who are you?
Like, who are you really? Like, we need to still hustle. We're not even scratch the surface.
Absolutely.
Well done. Beautiful story. So now, there's something I know you shared. I don't know if you would like to share it, because I really want to understand it. You had some losses. I don't know whether it was the time where you were married or before you got married in your family. So were you working at that period when you had the tragedy?
An accident? Yes. My car accident. So I was in the US when the car accident happened. I think I was 18 years old. I think.
Oh, you're just 18.
I was a kid.
Okay.
I was a kid, and I lost. So I was on my dad. My dad came to visit us in the US, and he was going back to Nigeria, and I was going to the airport to go and see him off. And then my boyfriend at the time, Maurice, I was supposed to have a boyfriend, but he had a Jeep Wrangler, and I was a passenger, and was speeding on Route 1 in New Jersey.
Oh my God!
And the car flipped 4 times, and we hung on the tree. And they had to tear up the car to get me out. They had to use a helicopter because they couldn't reach me from the ground. They called an ambulance. So they had to fly me in a helicopter.
Did he make it?
He fell off. So he made it, but he crushed his face. So they had to do a reconstructive surgery for him. But they flew me to the Rutgers ER. And I was there. I was in coma for 4 days.
Wow.
I lost my thigh, my right between here and here, crushed my. I was on crutches. I was in wheelchair for months.
Your interview has given me those people almost from the beginning to the end.
Yeah, so I have a hole here, I have a hole here. Like now it's like it's healed, but then it was a hole.
You walk very perfectly.
Yes, and my right leg is about an inch shorter. I was in wheelchair for 4 months. I was in boots and crutches. So for like 8 months therapy, I had a skull fracture from the elbow to the middle of my head. I still have my scar there. It was I had holes here. Trust me, I was a walkabout. Even till now, it's still there. But I didn't think I was going to walk again.
So beautiful.
Thank you. Then I had a black mark all over my face because I didn't think I was going to heal. I said, God, please just remove this black mark so I can get married, please. I was praying to God then. I was a kid, you know. But yeah, it was a turning point in my life because it brought me back to God. Because when you're in that kind of situation, you know that God saved your life.
Yes, for a purpose.
I said, that you must fulfill. The reason why you didn't let me die. Let me help me to go and find it. Yes. I have to find it. So that was one of the reasons that even pushed me to come back to Nigeria. Like, because all my brothers live in the US. I'm the only one that came to Nigeria. Like, what are you going to Nigeria to do? I said, God saved my life. And it's not for this country. I cannot be here. I need to go home. So that was part of the
you found your husband here?
Yeah. I met him.
You moved to direction and purpose. Join us on Omar's Couch, where inspiration meets action. If you are a remarkable entrepreneur or a career giant with a unique story to share, we want to hear from you. Become our guest on Omar's Couch and empower others with your journey, experiences, and valuable insights. Use the link provided in the description below to apply for yourself or nominate someone who deserves to be on the show. Let's inspire together.
So yeah, so that was what really happened. It was a really tough time in my life because I was depressed. You know, when you're sick and a wheelchair, you gain a lot of weight, you don't look attractive, you know, because you can't walk, you can't move. So I didn't like the way I looked. It was a really depressing season of my life. You know, but as a young girl, university, you used to party, hang out, take drinks, you know, but you couldn't do that with your friends anymore. You know, the first 2 years, I was a party person. After the accident, I just couldn't do anything. So all the emotions of that time really got me closer to God. And I had no other choice but to serve Him. So it was after service and while serving God that I realized that I need to find purpose. I need to find the assignment I was created for. And that's one of the things that led me back to Nigeria.
That's a beautiful, sad and beautiful story. I will look at it from the good side because, you know, sometimes God allows things to happen for His own reason and purpose. And I mean, if it didn't happen, maybe you'll still be in jumping around or doing nothing that impacts anybody. But here you are today on Almost Couch, giving us good stories. And you see, I think for me, viewers, if you're listening to this story, I think her story is peculiar like no other. A lot of people have been on this couch sharing their story. Not everybody has, I mean, shared this kind of story. I'm not saying they have it. I may not know. I mean, if something that has not been shared, you may not know what it is. But this tells you that even no matter how deep and how sad or all the losses, all the things you have done, that, I mean, it's negative, losses, missing jobs you've lost, people you've lost, I mean, illnesses, whatever it may be. If God says He's for you and you believe in Him, He can turn things around.
Absolutely.
Would you believe that Morayo that I saw some years back on a screen on T.Y. Bellow's photo shoot? She broke the internet. This is one of the pictures. I must say it. And I wondered, I searched for this lady. I said, who is she? And it's not because the picture was just only beautiful. Her picture was beautiful, but you can look at the picture and it's telling some stories that you don't understand. She attracted people, her picture attracted people to go and look for her, like, who is this person that is carrying some glory and grace around her that was so powerful? Not that she's the richest person in the world, not that she had the best of everything, but from her picture, she touched many lives. People got to know her. People got to see her, including myself. And she's here today sharing her story. And I never knew that what she had done or what had happened to her. Please, thank you so much, because there's somebody out there. This is not a church, but there's somebody out there who I know is downcast because of one illness, one situation, not having, losing your job, feeling that the end of the world has come. But look at it. She's an MDCO. She flies around the world. She's doing her dream job. What's the best? She has a wonderful family, wonderful friends, and wonderful community, and wonderful words of impact. What else is she looking for?
And another thing I'd like to even share is the fact that one thing that is unique about me is that I stay focused on my assignment. It doesn't mean that those who are doing multiple things are not good at it. Some people are gifted to do so many things successfully, but some of us aren't. And I've identified very early in life that I'm very good at this is what I'm doing, and I stick to it. I get a lot of pressure from different people to go left, go right, but I choose to stay on this path because this is who I am.
And when your mind tells you that, listen to it.
And because I stay on this path,
you grow.
I grow.
Yes, you grow.
And things come to me. I don't force it. It comes naturally to me. And so, and that advice to women out there, if you're feeling that pressure.
And guess what? Sorry to cut you, but people to know that there's also some people, some group of certain people of philosophy that do multiple things. You are saying you don't have to do multiple things.
God bless you.
You can be very good at what you're doing, and it gives you joy.
And the pressure would come from friends who are doing multiple and successful, and you feel like I want to do more.
Sometimes they're not that successful.
Exactly.
They tell you. They may not be. How do you grade success, really?
Exactly. Whose barometer are we using to gauge what success is? So the thing is, just know you.
Peace
I think that's more important.
and joy.
Yes.
As the greatest success.
Peace and joy.
You can actually derive from anything you're doing with your hands and your talent. Money comes as secondary.
Yes.
Peace
I think that helps me. It keeps me focused on what I do.
You're having peace in what you're doing, and you're happy doing it. What else do you need? And that's why you're content. And even when they're telling you to move, your spirit is still struggling.
Still disturbed.
And please, I would advise you, do not do anything until you're sure you want to do it.
Yes.
I'm not saying you should not do it at all, but until you're 100% sure.
Yeah, so when I was saying, like 2 days ago, I was saying to my husband, I just have a new assignment because he's trying to get me. My husband trying to get me to do many things. Mariah, try this one now. I'm like, no. Try this one. I'm like,
why does he not try it?
Even during the time when I got fired, he already called his friends to call me. Please, you can get a job at MTN. You can get a job here. They're trying to get me a job.
You would have been very good with corporate communications in MTN.
Yes, I would have. But he said, Mariah, I told him, I said, I would love to do these jobs, but my heart hasn't left TVC. This is where God wants me to be. I came here on assignment. I can't leave. He got me offers. I said, I'm sorry. I'm here. Even after things happened, when they were telling me, Morayo, I need you to, what was that thing? They were putting me under pressure to go to magazines, to be on front pages, to do this stuff. I'm like, it will come.
It will come.
Those things will come. Let's stay focused on the assignment. And let's do the work we do. You become the civil and celebrity you want to do. And the celebrity status will come, but do the work first.
You're already
that was many years ago. That was many years ago, with the pressure. So the point is that the pressure is real, but know who you are.
Focus,
Know, to thyself be true. Once you know who you are, don't let anybody sway you.
Nothing sways you. And when it's time, it will be time.
Exactly.
Yeah, I had that during my entrepreneurship journey some years back, but I knew I wasn't ready. When I was ready, there are the people saying,
Nothing could stop it.
You just started yesterday, now slow down. I'm like,
it's time.
It's time.
I love it.
It's time. So I'm going to go to my next question. How do you stay innovative and adaptive to the ever-evolving media landscape?
Oh, well, that's a wonderful question, because the truth is that you have to keep evolving.
Yes.
I'm blessed to have some amazing women around me. The ladies of the team.
I know.
God is just awesome.
Their brains are like fire.
When
TMO will say one. I think Zainab is the other lady.
Mariam. Okay. There'll be Ajulu. There's Nima. There's YK. I don't know how God just gave me these women, because I auditioned all of them to come on the show.
And it's not easy to get those kind of people.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. Back then, I mean, even one of us were rough. We didn't talk well, we were all rough in the beginning. But somehow, God gave me the grace to know who I wanted to be on the set. So they also help me, because they're also in front. They like to do a lot of these things. I like to take my time. I don't rush. I don't let anybody put me under pressure. So when I see everybody flying and doing their thing, it makes me happy. So as they are evolving, they're also picking me up, because they know my strengths. Morayo will not do this thing, but eventually I also help. I learn from them. Whatever I need, I get it from them. So they support me, and I also have an amazing team in the house, and even in TVC. So I'm constantly asking for knowledge. I know my own areas of strength. The ones I cannot do, I ask questions. I'm constant, because I need to keep up to speed in what's going on. So
that's a wise leader.
So I definitely I use the resources I have around me to get better.
Well done, well done. So what leadership principles or value do you prioritize in your leadership role?
As a leader, I have been through a lot of phases. It's really tough sometimes, especially when you're the I used to be a laissez-faire leader back then, but I think now I'm more democratic in the sense that I'm now listening to people more. Back then, I used to just allow them to do stuff. I give them the power to just do. But unfortunately, the vision was there, but I wasn't very involved. But today, I'm involved. I trust them to work, but I'm also the one directing on what I want them to do. So for me, I think as a leader, what is crucial is know your team, know their capacity. The style I've always known is identify who my team, who my inner circle is, because I have a vision of where I'm going to go. I need to identify who can help me to drive that vision. So for me, it's really getting them together and helping them to train others. So once the whole team aligns, because one of the first things I did when I came to TVC is call a strategy meeting. I need to share my vision. I want to download my brain to all of you. I don't want a situation whereby only the managers are talking to me. Everybody, including the driver, the secret, everybody must understand where we are going. Once we all understand it and we've aligned, now we can now break it into small groups. But first, hear it from me. I'm having another one next week, tomorrow. I'm having another one next week, tomorrow. To my entire team, hear the plans, hear it from me, align with the vision, so that even when you're working, you know there's a bigger picture. You know we're all going somewhere. So that's my own leadership style. Carry people along and let them be part of the entire
Carry everyone along.
Yes.
Wonderful. Well done, well done. Looking at TVC now, looking at all what you've you've done and what you're building. What do you see for TVC Entertainment in the near future?
Oh, wow. I think when I was trying to explain what I
and for yourself too, not just the company, but yourself as a person.
When I was trying to explain the new channel to my team, I told them something. I said, imagine a young person who loves, imagine two brothers.
Okay.
One likes music, parties, hangs out, does a lot of stuff, and he doesn't like books, not too much into academics. And the other brother went to Harvard, he's very geeky.
Yeah.
And now,
nerds.
See how they can merge these two guys together? The young person you can use to merge this is who TVC is going to become. But birthing a third brother who can be hip
and also
smart, understand what's going on in the country, he's empowered, he's an entrepreneur, he's understand governance, understand what's happening in the economy, yet he likes to party, yet he enjoys music, yet he likes to act and fashion.
Because we need a blend of both.
So we need to blend that. So because we're so used to seeing the geek, we're so used to seeing the one that is the far left. But now TVC is a channel that's going to blend young people, going to bring out that young child that is well-rounded, that not only lives in fashion, music, and lifestyle and entertainment, but also understands economics, understands governance, understands empowerment and entrepreneurship. That blend is what I'm trying to bring that channel to be.
That would be fantastic. I can imagine how the station's going to be in the next couple of years. Yeah. So now we're going to our final question. Yeah. Our audience have been listening to this beautiful media mogul with such an inspirational story. And I'm sure they want to hear from you what advice you had for them, the young entrepreneurs as well as the career giants who are here today. Tell them what you want, parting words, what you want them to know.
My parting words is that, listen, you know, when I was a young girl and I grew up, I tell people I grew up alone. Because I had brothers, but they left to Nigeria when I was like 3 years old or 2 years old.
Yeah, I think you're the only girl.
Yeah, so I'm the only girl, and they left when I was, because they are 12 years, I'm 12 years younger than them. So they've
much
gone,
older than you.
So, and when I was growing up alone, I used to cry to my mom, you know, that please, I want to travel, I want to go and see my brothers. And she told me, listen, America is not going anywhere. London is not going anywhere. You will see them. Focus on what you're doing. Simply, I like to tell people, all the glam, the glitz, the stuff you see, the things you all want to do, it's not going anywhere. It's going to even get better. Your own time, you will have money to buy.
New model of everything.
Yes. Focus on what makes you happy. Focus
Build
today on what you do. Build yourself. Because those things will come. And when it comes, it will come good. But right now, focus. Find that one thing. Keep doing it very well. And eventually, it will give you enough resources and money to buy any glitz and glam that you want in the future. Don't be in a hurry. Don't be in a hurry. Trust me. It will come. It will come.
It will come. I hope you've heard, Morayo. It will come. So it's more like a journey and a marathon, not a quick fix or a quick money. But if you want to do quick money, you know where to go to. But for real life entrepreneurs who are serious, it takes time. Build capacity, build yourself, and go out there and conquer the world. Well done. Thank you so much, Morayo.
Thank you so much for having me.
I wish we could have more time so we can spend and talk. But we are not done. I'm going to the fun segment of this show.
Oh, really?
I'm going to be asking you the trivia question. Just one question. It's not going to be too hard. I know. So the question goes like this. Whose face is on the 500 Naira note?
500 Naira.
You know,
it's not
I know the only color. What's the color first?
There's green.
The new one.
There's
the new one is green now. Okay.
I got that one. It's not Tafawa Balewa. It's not him.
Nope.
Okay, let me try one more. It's not Amadu Bello.
Nope. Just one more try.
One more try. I never noticed. Who's the guy? Who's that guy? Oh, is that Awolowo? No. Sorry. Who's the person?
I saw something you did. The person who is non-Yoruba, let me put it that way. Yeah!
Oh, fantastic!
She just picked out the Yoruba names. Or Hausa.
I said
okay, that's Hausa.
Fantastic.
So you finally got it after 20 tries. Well, thanks for watching Omon's Couch. I'm sure you're eager for another inspiring story. So click here to watch another episode or click here to subscribe. I will see you in the next video.